I'm an American standing in Moscow, Russia, and I have in my pocket a paper that is going around the network now that supposedly says who is responsible for the attack that happened in Russia just a few days ago. But before I show that, in case you do not know, this is Kiyevsky station, hopefully I said it correctly, railway station. And this is where you would get on the train if you're in Moscow and go to Bryansk if you're a normal citizen. And yes, in case you're a regular viewer of the show, this is where I went with my wife. This is the path we took to Bryansk recently to do a video on the US missiles that were landing there with our friends. And a couple days ago, the bridge, one of the bridges in the Bryansk area where this train line was going under, was attacked and collapsed on the passenger train, deleting civilians, normal people. And if it hadn't been for the driver of the train hitting the brakes, apparently the loss of life would have been even greater. But this guy stayed at his post and hit the brakes and saved lives, giving up his own. Anyway, so about this paper, which I'll put on the screen, and I will also link in my Telegram channel if you want to see a copy of it. This is in English and in Ukrainian. And where it's from, on the top in English, it says Main Intelligence Directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine. And in English, it says, we inform you that in accordance with our request for measures to select personnel for a raid reconnaissance group to perform combat missions within the framework of covert operations on the territory of Russia, operators from the Tenebris Division. Hopefully I said that correctly. I had to look it up. And it looks like it is an international private military firm that does missions, and that they're based in London. In the amount of 10 people, 4 operators with knowledge of the Russian language have been selected and sent to your location. The personnel of the group are ready for use for the following missions: deep raids on the territory of Russia, raids and destruction of important targets, reconnaissance of objects before launching air and missile strikes, operations for operational reconnaissance and abduction of objects of interest to us. The command of the group will be carried out by an employee of the company. All orders and tasks will be carried out only in accordance with the company's internal protocols. Stamped and dated, and like I said, I'll put it on my Telegram, which is listed below. But what does this mean? It has been my understanding that Trump and Putin are trying to, work out a deal and make peace. But London has hired a private military firm to do this. Is that what has happened here? And Does that mean they're going behind Trump's back? Does that mean that Ukraine is just a puppet of Britain? And, you know, I'm not a military guy, but, you know, a private military firm, I would think that, you know, if they took on missions, it would need to be against other military targets, not against civilian people. So, you know, these are just the questions I have and what I'm wondering about. If you think that this information is of any use to anybody, please share it, forward it. This document seems to show, if it's correct, that London is actively, with their special services, involved in coordinating and planning attacks on civilian areas in Russia. It is also odd to read this order, an order of a barbaric attack, but written in such good English. I mean, you know, what else would it be written in, I suppose? It's just to me, it's very odd. It just feels strange. You know, and it's, you know, it's written in my language, and it's an order to, you know, do something barbaric, and it's written, you know, very well, like from somebody from a university. So does London support an escalation? People have been deleted and severely injured. You know, adults and children were involved in this situation. If you are first time watching, you're wondering what this is, I'm just an American who happened to be newly moved into Russia when the special military operation started. So it was just a coincidence, of course. I didn't know this was going to happen, and I felt moved, since I'm an American, but I'm on the Russian side of things, physically, to just post as much as I can and let the world know what is happening on this side. So like and subscribe if that's of interest to you. Also, my friend Marcel, who lives in Bryansk, is down there right now putting together his thoughts and experience in a video. I'll put the link below to that if you want to check that out. And yeah, it's just a disturbing time. And you know, comment and let me know what you think. And more to come.
Знаешь, как им тяжело в сапогах ходить, Максим?